Okay, this is a tutorial on the evaluation process for the Great American Conference. Roby asked me to put this together for you as just a how-to on the way he wants his evaluators to work the film this year. This will help build consistency amongst all of us. It'll completely knock out the paperwork you have to do, and it makes your life a lot easier doing it this way, and it's very efficient doing it this way. Both on your end and on the officials' end. And at the end, we'll show you the benefit that the officials will get from it, where they'll have a complete playlist of only the comments that you've made, and it will help them in their week-to-week pregame the following week after your evaluation. So first thing we'll do, we'll dive right in. When you get their foul report, the easiest way to do this is to find their fouls first and comment. So if they've got 2 fouls, 7 fouls, what have you, 20 fouls, work the fouls first and make sure you get those cleared, and then you can go back in later and watch the whole game and comment accordingly. So I'll give you an example of the way that Roby wants these put in. So the first foul that these guys called was play 33. Now the film's going to be jumpy. So we're not going to play it much, but I just wanted to show you the process with telestrations and your comments. So if you have questions on how to add telestrations or how to add comments, just call me and I'll walk you through that process. It's all done down here at the bottom, how to add these things. But make sure, so here we had a UNS. In my opinion, it was a correct call, and then I just put my comments afterwards. Good job of officiating in the dead ball period. As this is not necessary. So the foul ends up happening back here in the end zone later in the play. So one thing I would just ask you guys to do is if you're using telestrations, use it early enough in the play so when they click play, let it play out a few seconds and then have the foul. Just let them know, because there's a lot of times where we see people that would use a telestration, if it's a DPI right at the point of the foul. And these guys, once you send them this, they can't watch the whole play in its entirety. So try to make sure you do this early enough and then let the foul happen later. So again, this was the first one they sent, so I went there. The next foul they had was play 46. So I would go find play 46, click on it. This was a pretty obvious DOF, so I just put correct call. Obviously, he's across the line. Really, no comments need to be made. So I would move on to the next one, which was play 66. They had 3 fouls on this play. Encroachment. So we circled this guy, gave my opinion there, correct call. Later down the road, we had a hold where this guy spins the defender somewhere around the 25 right at the point of contact. So we added that one in there. And then they had an IBW or an IBB, which I've considered, in my opinion, was correct. Hard to tell from this angle, but it's right at the point of attack. So they had 3 fouls here, so I gave them my opinion on all 3. So instead of you writing these 3 fouls over on a sheet of paper and having to fax it over or email it or scan it, everything can be done here, and you can do it all at once. All right, so that was the foul. So the next thing we would do is go up and just click play 1 and watch the plays. All right, so I'd go through the entire game, comment on the plays I want to comment on. Once I got to the ones that were fouls, I would just keep going because I've already done those. And now I've got a completed playlist all the way through. All right, so once you get the fouls labeled how you want to do it, and then you make your comments on other plays of note, this is going to be the next step. All right, this is a very important step. So again, this is personal preference, but one thing I did, the first comment was play 24. All right, so I would go in and just add, general comments to the crew. Just let them know how well they did in the game, or if there's anything they need to work on, or how they managed it. Just a general overall statement. And then at the end, I would actually add my name and phone number. I just took it off of this video, but I would add that in here as well, just in case they have any questions or want to know, why you thought what you thought, so on and so forth. All right, so, and then again, this was the first comment I made, which I'll just show you. This was just, an opinion I had in one of these guys to look at. Field judge, side judge, this receiver goes in tries to pick this guy, he dodges him, and they throw a little wheel route. So it wasn't a foul, but it was something that was very close. I hope they saw it. And again, a good discussion play for them the next week during their pregame film review. So again, now the next step in sending this stuff. So once you make your telestrations and your comments, you're the only person that can see this until you share it with somebody. So I'm going to show you how to save the playlist, and then I'm going to show you how to share this with the crew, and then also add Roby to that list. All right, so you'll notice over here, play 24 we made a comment on, play 28 we made a comment on. You want to click on the circle, all right, and it'll give you a blue check mark. So we wanted 28, 32, 33, 34, keep scrolling down, 42, so on and so forth. Once you get all the ones that you've made a comment on, all right, checked off with this blue check, you're going to go over here to the right, and there's going to be a save playlist, all right? When you click on that, it's going to pop up and how you want to save it. Now, I would save mine a certain way, and I did it the same every time. You'll see it here in a minute. But for the purposes of this video, we'll label this one Test Video 2018. All right, now it's very important where you save it. My suggestion, just to be consistent, is let's all put it, this season will be the 2018-2019 season. Always scroll to the bottom and click Other Items, and then put them in the end of season analysis. That's the best way to keep up with it for everybody. It makes it consistent, and it's easy for Roby to find at the end of the year, and it puts it all together. Roby may want to send out how we want to label these things so they all look the same, but we can talk about that later. So once you click here and then you hit save, again, we're saving this as Test Video 2018. It's going to save it over here, and I'm going to show you how this looks. All right, so we're going to take off. Again, we saved it under Other Items, End of Season Analysis. You can see these were the weeks we did last year. And here it is, Test Video 2018. So now when you click on this video, it's only going to show the place that you made comments on. So now when these officials watch this on Friday, it cuts out all the other plays. They don't have to go one by one and click back and forth. They can actually go over here and enlarge the screen and watch this as just they're watching a video. So they'll never have to click play to play, and then they can go comment to comment. All right, so that's how it's saved. All right, so we've saved the video. Now we have to share it. All right, so what you do is make sure that this is clicked. All right, so if you want to share, the Test Video 2018, make sure it's clicked, and it's got the blue check, and you're going to go up here to the top and click share. All right, first thing you want to do is send it to Roby. All right. So just start typing in either first name or last name, find him here. Now you can click on it once and then click this arrow button, and it'll take it over. And then we'll say, let's send it to David Smith, or you can double click the name and it'll throw it over here. All right, so we all want to send it to Roby, first thing, and then get on your file report and find the officials, and type their names in and add them over here. So you want Roby, and then you want the crew that you just evaluated. Down here, this will default to yes, which is what we wanted. It says, in addition to the video, your notes will be shared. If you put no, they'll get the playlist, but they won't be able to see any of your comments. So make sure that says yes. And then in the message here, you can add, enjoyed watching your work, your name, whatever. It's just when they receive the email, the officials and Roby, in the body of the email, it'll just say these quick notes. But it'll say they have a video waiting, and again, they'll know what it is. So once that's done, you click share, and now they have it. So now Roby will be able to go over here and see the playlist that you made for that crew, and then the crew will have that playlist. Now, only the people that you share it with can see the notes or the playlist. So the rest of the league, the other crews that you didn't evaluate, they're not going to get that video. Only the ones you send it to. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you don't have my information, reach out to Jeff. He'll get it to you. And I hope this video helps. And if you have a better way of doing it, or a more efficient way than what we've shown you in this video, let Jeff know, and we'll make the appropriate changes. We can put out another video. But again, the idea was to make your life easier, make Jeff's life easier, and make the crew